Were your classes segregated by race or gender?
No, they were not.
No.
Were students allowed to talk during class time?
No, we were not.
Pretty much.
How were students punished if they did talk?
In type class, they were slapped on the fingers with a ruler.
What about any other classes?
Other classes, they were thrown in the hallway.
They were sent to the office.
Did you walk to school or did you take the bus?
I took a bus.
I walked.
How far was the walk?
A good mile.
Were there any bullies at Westerly High School?
There were a few bullies, but nothing like what goes on today.
I don't remember any bullying back then.
If there was a bully, how would they handle it?
Well, at parochial school, you were sent to the office. We were taught by nuns. Mostly the boys got in trouble back when, like 4th, 5th grade, 2nd, 3rd grade, and they were hit. If they were disrespectful, they were hit with a pointer.
They sat in the principal's office or on a bench right outside the office for the day. One time, someone dropped a pencil in lunch line and picked it up and looked under my skirt, and the principal saw it, ran over and put him right up against the wall, which is something that they could never do today.
In high school, did you have a job?
Oh yes, I did.
What was it?
I worked at Burger Chef and Jeff. I loved it. All my friends worked there too.
I worked at Vaz Brothers. It was a drugstore.
Did you contribute to your family's income?
Oh no, never.
What did the money go to?
My gas for my car or clothes or whatever.
No, my mother put it away for me.
What was the number one lesson you learned in high school?
Be nice to everybody. I was nice to everybody, whether they were a jock or a pothead or whatever it might be.
You should always be respectful.
Were you allowed to date in high school?
Yes, I was, but the boy had to come to the door, knock on the door, meet my parents in order for me to go out with them.
Yes, but we had curfews again. Had to be in by 10.
What was your ideal date?
We would go out to dinner, drive around.
Back then it was the movies, ice cream.
Did you have to have a chaperone?
No.
No chaperone. As long as they came in and met my parents and sat down and had one-on-one conversation with them.
How did you and your friends spend your leisure time?
I would hang out in our bedrooms and play music, and once we got older, we drove around.
Riding around in a car. We used to put 50 cents in the gas tank and ride around.
How did people dress back then versus how people dress today?
Oh, totally different. Totally different. We dressed in layers. We all wore Levi's in every color imaginable. Green,
Still do.
red, every color. And then we wore layers. We wore an alligator shirt with a collar up first, and then an Oxford shirt over it, and then an Argyle sweater over that, and then we'd take the Argyle sweater off and put it around our shoulders and tie it. Very, very preppy.
I think it was more conservative back then. You couldn't wear short shorts and none of that. It was strictly knee length.
What is your impression of today's society versus how your society was?
I think today's society, the kids don't learn how to speak to adults like we did. I think with texting today and that immediate contact with people through text, it's difficult for our youth to even apply for a job or have interviews or anything because they don't know how to talk to adults.
The world today really needs to, people should respect people more. And there's too much bitterness.
What was considered taboo in your society?
Living with someone was taboo. A male and a female living together was huge taboo. That was
Like before marriage?
before marriage. That was not allowed, and now it's the norm.
When we were growing up, a woman, you weren't too respected if you were in a bar room.
What were the attitudes about interracial dating?
It wasn't nothing like today. It wasn't really allowed back then.
It was not allowed.
What about interracial friends?
Interracial friends were fine. There were a lot of households that didn't allow it though when I was young. I did have interracial friends, though.
Yes, they allowed that, but not so much dating or even marrying.
How did people address each other versus today?
I would say hi, now they say yo. No, we're friendly like now. I think it was pretty much the same. Not a lot of hand slapping and all that stuff.
What is the best advice to give a high school student today about the future?
Work hard, go to college, and become something.
Get out there and explore, go to college, get your college education, complete college, meet a lot of people, enjoy your life. My number one is go to college.
What is your fondest memory?
When I had my first child,
Fondest memory growing up?
We did a lot of camping, and we always had dinner together every night.
What was your biggest challenge growing up?
because my sisters were so much older than me, I was sort of spoiled. But we all got along, but my mother babied me.
My parents didn't always allow me to do what my friends did. I had two older brothers and I was the youngest, and they were pretty strict.
What's your favorite holiday and why?
Easter.
Why?
I love Easter because it's like starting new again. It's starting to get nice out. I just love Easter. It's fresh.
I love Christmas Eve.
Why?
The family all gets together and it's just the tradition. I love the tradition of the Italian food.
What's your favorite tradition?
It's the way we spend all the holidays together. My husband and I were able to split the holidays exactly as we needed. So Christmas Eve with his family, the big Italian Christmas Eve with the 7 fish. Christmas Day was always with my family.
What's one way that you think we could make the world a better place?
If everybody would try to get along and respect one another and treat people like you would want to be treated.
Smiling and be nice to everybody. I think that's the best way. I think when I used to work in a school, it always saddened me that the kids that got in trouble the most were the kids that needed the most love. And I used to sit with them outside at recess, like they were going to go off and do something that they shouldn't do. And I'd go sit with them and just talk to them, and they couldn't believe someone was talking to them instead of yelling at them. The kids that were labeled as troublemakers, they were really good kids inside.
Thank you.